Welcome to Dancehall Radar, where we scope top and upcoming Jamaican individuals. And today we are here with a distinguished guest, the one and only DJ KoolBreeze.
Yeah,
Gwaan, man.
Yeah, man, bless up, man. Respect.
All right, so DJ KoolBreeze, you know, this is the first time a lot of people are going to get the chance to know you.
Same.
So tell me about early life.
All right, well, DJ KoolBreeze. Well, I am born and raised in Manchester, local community named Chantilly up in the hills, you know. Let me say, Luciana come from up there, so, you know, we don't really have, some great people. I think Shirley Ralph, the actress, too, she has some connection up there, so, but yeah, man, Chantilly, me represent that anyway. And then, from there, so, I go Manchester High School. From Chantilly Primary, then pass to go Manchester High School, common entrance days. And then from this, so now, yeah, just mess around a little bit. But when I never really left Manchester, I think I did, I lived in Spanish Town for a short period, maybe about a year and a half. Okay. But that's it though. But Manchester native, represent country boy all the time, you know?
Yeah. So did you have any siblings growing up?
Oh, yeah, man. So, all right, my mother have 4 away, and then my father, him have a whole bunch of us. Like, at one time, I think my count was 15 by my father's side. Man. But yeah, so my mother with 4 away, and then I grew up with my grandmother. Mm-hmm. But I grew up in a household now. It's like a them family, they were all of a cousin and things. So it was 5 boys away who grew up in the household. So me and my brother and 3 other cousins. And then we have an auntie where it was like close to our age. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so it was a nice, nice unit, nice setup house with big uncle, everybody living in one house. So.
Oh, okay, so all of them grew up in Chantilly, man.
Yeah, man, Chantilly, right there, so yeah. All right. Yeah, big yard. All
right, so I heard they're talking about mommy and daddy. How about mommy and daddy still around right now? Them good?
Yeah, man, my parents and the both, man. Father good, him the elder, man. With mother much younger. But yeah, man, both of them good.
Both
solid,
them good. Yeah. Glad to hear that because you know a lot of people right now, them now. So you're blessed to grow up in a family with both mother and father because that's important, you know.
Yeah, so hold on. So let me pick, so mother, I'm a grandmother, I grow with, you know. Okay. Yeah, my maternal grandmother. So yeah, it was that. So the mother and father. So my grandfather was more like the father figure though.
Okay.
Right. Cause so so back I think at that time when the parents go work, mm-hmm. and then the grandmother just stay at home with the youth. So I was a situation like that. Yeah.
That is a blessing as well. You know?
Yeah, man, for real. And then the grandparents and still alive too.
Really?
Yeah, man, my grandmother and grandfather are still alive,
yeah, you know. Bless up grandma and grandpa.
Yes, man. So them really was like, especially my grandfather, like I tell everybody that is the man I know as a father. Mm-hmm. Like I call him daddy, even though my father was around still, mm-hmm. like, but that man, me know really disciplined. He was a very disciplined man. And up to this day, man, dads, they call him dads.
Yeah.
Boss.
All right, so the business name Extreme Media, how did that come about?
All right, so Extreme Media Group. So so all right, so the music thing, it's been something where I always love, cause I kind of like gadgets from a younger youth. I play video games, Super Nintendo, them thing, and then come up now we say, all right, cool, computers are the new wave, and we depend it and we figure out how it works and mess around with it. Then you start say, okay, I want to be a DJ. You start mess around with things. So. From being a DJ now, then I realize, okay, get tired of that, I want to go for the next level. How about trying to make their own music? But then, it's a kind of like practical youth. I not really just come out and say, okay, records. Because at the end of the day, I feel like every piece of music is recorded, but why I believe they call it records was, it was on records, vinyl. Mm-hmm. But now is the age of media, streaming media. So that's how the stream coming. Oh. So if so it was really a play on stream, extreme, and they were extreme, but the stream, if you notice how it's spelled that way, and then the logo kind of have the whole media stream. So that was the whole thing behind it. So I just never wanted to say record, to say, hey, KoolBreeze Records or anything. So, and then because I wanted to do more than just music, mm-hmm. I wanted to do media overall. So that's why it's Extreme Media. So streaming media, that's where we're at now. So
Yeah, man, that is very interesting and creative. And being as me take a note, you know, your DJ KoolBreeze name as well is also, it seems as if it has a very similar kind of creation. So how did you get that name?
So that name there is by accident, because when I just start DJing, I use my government name, Teloni X. Like, you know, the X is just like Malcolm X. Maybe put the X on it for just like a swag vessel. But it was kind of hard to catch. So I say, okay, cool, I need a name. But then I never wanted to stray, because I migrated to when the prime of a DJing time, I did it overseas. So that's how the Teloni X was kind of hard for some people even remember. So I wanted a name, but then so while I was in basic training for the US Army, the drill sergeant, them as a Jamaican, cause me I talk about my accent ticking on, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, cool running, cool running. So they used to call me cool runnings in a basic training. See? And like them people, like Cool Runnings is a movie, I think I watched it one time.
Yeah.
You know, but to those people, it was very popular. As you see a Jamaica, Cool Runnings, and I'm like, okay, cool, this is catchy. So if me there in America, I could have called myself DJ Cool Runnings, right? So that's so I say, yeah, man, because this catchy, this I get work well with the with that market, right? So I work with that for about a month or so after training, and me get out and settle in, and I do a couple gigs here and there. I run with DJ Cool Runnings. But I remember I had this house party, and this guy, I guess, he messed up the name. He said Cool Runnings, he made a mistake. I said KoolBreeze. And he said DJ Cool. I'm like, yo, this bad enough. It's shorter and it's more catchy. And then what made it try for it, just like with the name Cool Runnings, I still wanted to be a DJ in that market, but still have the Caribbean attached, the West Indies attached to it. So the KoolBreeze wasn't too far. So I'm like, yo, you know what? I work with this. And then it just worked from there, KoolBreeze, and then do the logo, and then it just attach and register it and everything. So
you just work with it.
Work with it, right? So, you know. So like it by accident, but still it had some attachment background to it.
You know, say not by accident, do everything happen for a reason.
Well, I guess I one of them that, you know.
All right. So there was obviously an interest in becoming a studio engineer. So you're not only a studio engineer, you're also a studio engineer and also a manager. Right. So where did that interest stem from?
All right. So like me say, after DJing for a while, you know, it's like you do it, because there's always room for growth, but then I kind of get bored, you know. You do this, it's because like DJing is not necessarily hard. If you know if you mix and then you know if you understand a crowd, then you do it and then you repeat yourself and probably get the same audience over and over, and like, okay, I want to do something else. So that's when I started looking into, I want to make music, but I never wanted to just be, because I'm more like a person. I like to be in the background. So I'm like, make the music, learn how to mix it, and, you know, and then I start research upon it, and then I decided I wanted to go to school to do it, but I was still researching to find a school that worked with my schedule, because at the time I was in the military. So funny thing now, I'm going to show you how, like you said, nothing happened by accident, right? So sometimes you meet some people in your life who just come there for one purpose. So I was in the Middle East in 2019, and, you know, DJing as usual, because DJ never left me. I kind of like my little, what you call it now? A little fun time as well. So Middle East, me over there, they bring some gear with me, and then we used to have a little Friday night jam. So I used to be the DJ on the stage. Cool. And then, you know, people excited. So this is why he was a soldier, a white boy come up, and the man just a chat, you know, just in my ears, and y'all want to know about everything. And I know, and you know, but then he started to tell me that he went to school for engineering. So I said, okay, cool, you're knowing, but that's what I'm interested in. Let's talk. So me and him talk, and him tell me about Full Sail University, and, you know, the program that he went there, and, you know, program that they offered. And he said, yeah, man, you can look into it. And, you know, that was, when I did my research on it, that was exactly what I was looking for. So that same year, 2019, the end part of it now, when I came back from the Middle East, I get in touch with Full Sail, get that. I started out doing a certificate program over there in audio engineering. And it was just, get my my foot them wet, because me kind of like with schooling, I was a bit intimidated after leaving high school so long. I'm like, okay, do I really want to do this? So let me try the certificate program. And I did it, but to my surprise though, what surprised me the most was most of the stuff they were teaching, I knew how to do it or knew it, but it's just a formality. So it became excited for me, and then so that's where that really take on, and then I start take that side of things more serious now. And then I start looking into it and say, you know what? I need to have a studio and just the whole structure, 9 yards. So after that 6-month program expired, I got the certificate, and then I just wanted more, And then I said, you know what, let me just go back for the full bachelor's degree in audio production. And I did that. And then it went more in depth, so I understand more about studio management, equipment, and a whole bunch of stuff. So that kind of take me where I'm at right now. And funny thing, this was what? Because I finished school earlier, 2024, earlier, like March 2024. But the name Extreme Media Group has been around from 2016.
Really?
Because that's when I did the logo and everything. So it's a process, and I know greatness is a process. So I felt like I was making moves slowly. So it was slowly coming along. So all these people I met throughout now was just adding to the ultimate goal, right? So so it was a process, but it came along because I had the idea, the seed was planted from there, and then I just meet people who add on to it, and it grew.
So the gentleman that you said you met, the white person, and that person still communicate?
No, all right. So I know, because after, deployment, we're over there, and when you just want to come back, and when you come back, really, I think it was one of them things, you met him once in a lifetime and we achieved the mission. His probably purpose was to just introduce me to school and move on.
True.
I think I did try to search for him on Facebook or something like that, but I never got any result. All
right. Did you have any big influences as people, being DJs? Any one of them that you looked up to?
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. So being a fan of the music, Jamaican music, yeah, man. So people say me look like Tony Mataran, and then with my government name, so I use that a lot. Me used to use, just that image to get girl. Girl that walk up to me, oh my God, I just work with the flow, I have tons of story upon that. But so yeah, man, he was one of my favorite DJ, look inspired by him, because him one of the greatest, him do some really benchmark things in the whole culture. Him one of the first DJ if he go solo, him one of the first DJ if he actually make it to a billboard. Him go Stingo win, him do some whole heap of things, Mataran, and then, Firelings, Pink Panther again represent Manchester same way. So the foundation, this and I say, being a fan of the music, yeah, man, I respect and look up to all of them before me, because you can learn from them, the glamour way and them said way, because me the historian too, So if me not going to be the person where if we have a discussion about the music, me can't really know what we are talking about. Me want to, we can discuss it. So me kind of, yeah, man, we see all of them and all of them contribute, and we just kind of see why you do this and what we can borrow from it or add to it, So yeah.
So I'm kind of curious. So I want to know, how is it that you juggle both responsibilities of being a manager and a studio engineer?
All right, so it's hard, definitely hard. So even as a manager now, and then because even the role as a manager, it's big, but I only have one artist right now I'm working with, and then it's still new territory for me. So I try to take it in stages, but it's difficult. Remember now you have an ex-human being managing as an artist manager, and then I have this whole facility again to manage, and then me still have the work to do. So right now, as we sit here, I'm actively seeking a assistant engineer, so somebody I can teach the work so that I don't have to necessarily be hands-on all the time. But until then, I have to work in those capacities. But it's tough. I'm not gonna say yes and say it easy, but it's a challenge. And then what kind of helped me as well, the experience that I get from military, it really
Mindset.
helped me out. Yeah,
Yeah.
mindset and also the discipline added to what I learned from my grandfather earlier on. So, you know, time management, because that's one of the biggest things, you know. You now get back time and then you might say, oh, yeah, I have tomorrow, but you're one day older tomorrow and you're one day closer to the deadline. So you know, it's just really time management is the biggest thing. And once you can get that account for and establish, say, hey, time is that important and you just cannot waste it. You have to achieve something. It makes things at least, let's say, 20 to 30% of the job is balanced once you get the time situation figured out, you know. So that's one thing. But yeah, it's definitely a challenge though. But you know, I look forward to it.
All right. So talking about time management, can you describe a day in a life, like managing that time to make everything work?
All right. You know, people who don't know me probably look for me like other day I'm an artist where I go out and so structure. I have a schedule, like know that hey, tomorrow is Monday. What do you have lined up for tomorrow? You know, and then you structure it out. Divide up your time to say, okay, cool, I have an appointment at 10. It's gonna take me up to 10:30. And then once you do it that way, so you have no time, because work time is work time and then playtime is playtime. I like to play, I like to joke around, but if I have work to do, it's now time for that. So day in my life is really, everything is planned out. Nothing is random. Nothing is random. Everything is planned out, orchestrated. So that keep me grounded too, because me multitask. You know, we have to multitask, but I hate multitasking. I just need to know on hand what the mission is, what we're doing, and then we plan and execute and come out on top.
All right. So what are some of the unique challenges you face in managing an artist while also engineering that said artist music?
All right. So again, it comes down to planning. But one of the hardest thing with the managerial part is just the human element. You know, and I find that that's one of the most challenging things for me. Just overall, not any aspect, just to deal with human being. And I'm going to explain that more to you. So, you know, every human have their own thought process and their own mind. So it's like you can make an agreement with a person, say, hey, we're going to meet up here at this time. Chances are, okay, hey, I'm going to be late. Hey, I'm not going to make it. Or, you know, so that's human. But then with mixing now, it's like the computer. What you put in is what you get out, you know. So you don't really have no back and forth with the product. If you, let's say you record a song and it's not recorded properly, you're going to have a challenge mixing it. But once you do everything right with the machines, you know, you get good results. But with human beings now, we're dynamic. So it changed.
Yeah,
so I find the engineering part to be less complicated. But, you know, human, it's just that part of it. When it comes on to human being, they always have their own agenda and just do whatever. They just change of things. But with the machines now, what you put in is what you get out.
All right. So approaching the engineering part, you have to be a bit creative to stand out. What are some of the things you do that is, you know, creative and unique to you as an engineer?
All right, creative to stand out. Yes, one of the things that I do, you know, because even now with the studio space that I have, the main thing I do is make sure that this place up to standard. And when I say that, when you come in here, just by looking at the facility, you just know that, hey, this is not a joke, you know, this man take him craft serious. So that alone, and then you might see the no smoking sign, which can be a bit intimidated, but you know, hey, we're running a professional organization here. So just that alone, once you come through the door, the whole climate, and
atmosphere.
Then right, you know that hey, this is not a joke thing. So it's either if you don't have the discipline to maintain the standard, maybe you're not gonna feel welcome, and that's fine with me if you feel like, hey, I have to come in there and light up. No, we have a designated smoking area, but you just can't smoke inside because, you know, that affect the gear and everything. So that part. But once you come in here now and then, just the gear that I use. So Universal Audio, I'm a fan of their products. They just have a different sound. And then just the history and how I do my recording process, because I record through hardware. versus just standard plugins as and it's a mixture. So I use both hardware and software. But I try to definitely get a unique sound that, because if everybody else can go everywhere and get the same thing, there's no reason for you to come here.
Sure.
So I invest a lot to make my thing come out different
and up to standard. All right, so can you share a memorable experience you had from one of your recording sessions?
All right. And it's actually in this studio here, because I work in different studios before too. But coming here and first song, like we say, okay, cool. Studio hook up, bring in the artist, hey, we're gonna record something. We never have no rhythm at the time. We just, okay, yo. And the artist pull up a rhythm and say, hey, him bridging send him for a while now. And he was go on it. So at the time, we did just buy a new car. And artists never even know something buy. Like, me never license it or nothing yet, so he never come and road it. So artists go in there and studio in the booth and him just start sing a song, Fat Whip. And this song, when he must sing this song, like, this song I talk about me car, we just buy. Like it a celebrate, it a celebrate. And I'm like, yo, this is bad. And the process too. The process was seamless, because we took about 15, 20 minutes to record that song, and it was just, on point. The artist, because one of the things with me as an engineer, because I'm not one of the an artist gonna come at studio prepared. I don't want you to come to the studio trying to create a song. I mean, that can work, but it don't work for me. If we're gonna vibe a song or whatever, we're not gonna record it today. Because I think if I take my things serious, and if I'm a farmer, let's say I plant lettuce or tomato or whatever, catch crop, it's still a process where him germinate, him seed them, and it go through the process, and him wait, let's say a month. I don't know how long tomato takes to come through. 3 months?
Yeah, about
90 days, right?
Yeah.
So if farmer have a process, him go back through and him water it and him do all of that. So I think if you're going to take the music serious, an artist shouldn't come in and say, okay, what you have? All right, me have the rhythm, me go sing this. And him just did the anime, make it up as him go along. I mean, it's possible because a lot of people do that and it works, but for me, it doesn't work. Because by the time I sit around this desk and use that, I lose my inspiration maybe after 30 minutes. All my creative juice just clog up right now, because probably I go through and I do the same thing over and over while you're creating it. So
you have to come prepared.
Come prepared for the most part. And like I said, we can come to the studio to vibe, but not to just sit there. If we have vibe, and we are create, we have put something together, but we're not going to record it today. I just feel like when you go in the booth, 15 minutes, and we get that out of the way. And I also practice not to mix the song the same day. Some people say, hey, them record it to it. No, when we done recording, I pause, I put everything down, and then I come back, revisit it the next day or a couple hours later.
So, do you have any unusual techniques that you might use when you're in the studio to get a song to life? All
right, unusual techniques. I mean, I can't give away too much, because then if I give away that, but definitely, man. Definitely, what I do, like I said, because nothing is really one of my motto thing I go by. Nothing is brand new, so I copy a lot of stuff, like But what I do though, I copy something and then I turn it into my own. So like I said, I go back to, I'm a historian, as I said earlier. So I go back to how they used to do things in the older days with their technology and then mix it with what we have now. So that way, and then, so even engineer, man, it's a very interesting area, because there's really no rules, So you can, maybe I'm sleeping or dozing off and you think about something and you say, oh, we can get this done. And then it just occurred to you. I say, oh, wow. And they're like, why I never think about that? So it's just always new ways. Because at the end of the day, once you get something to sound how it sounds, it don't matter how you do it. So you can go by the books, or you can use unorthodox method, or one of the way, like I like approaching it is understand what you're trying to achieve. Understand the purpose, and then that would open you up now to really dive in and find a creative way to get that. So what you're saying is like a lab, you can go in there and experiment. Absolutely, experiment. And like I said, the key thing, if you understand what you're trying to achieve, and then you break it down, you reverse engineer it, then you can come up with a different way to get there. You know, and then on the way to you might by accident stumble upon a new technique. You know, so yeah, but it's just a whole fun process, you know, definitely.
All right, so you're an artist now. How do you collaborate with him to bring his vision to life? How do you give him what he wants?
All right, so, and that's a very good question. So that's why I want the artist, because he's the writer and that's his product, you know. I'm just the architect. You come and you say, okay, I want a 2-story house, right? So you gonna do the material. I'm just here to sketch it out. So you have your song. I'm not a songwriter. I'm not a songwriter. So you come here with a song. So that's what I want. So we do even a lot of rehearsal too. So you come here and say, okay, let me hear what you have. And I might say, hey, this song, you sure you want to go that way or that's not ready yet, you know? But once he sketch it out, because really engineering, what we do, you know, is really, let's say the artist is the one who's the spirit, that's the spirit of the song, but the engineers will bring it to life, you know, bring it out on record, and then so you have this tangible thing that you, okay, I'm hearing it now, but you know, it's created in the artist's mind. So him is the one, or he or she is the one that have the idea for the song, and it works different ways, you know. But in my case right now, like for my artist, he's the writer. I'm just here to facilitate and get what you have in your mind, put it through the microphone, get it through all this gear, and get it to sound how you inspired or was inspired for it to be sound.
Sounds similar to back in the days when they used to have kings and they used to have painters. And the painter with them canvas, the blank canvas.
Right, and the king just tell him what he wants on it, and they get it. Exactly, that's what it really is. Because like I said, we're just like an architect. You come and say, I want a 2-story house. Okay, how many bathrooms you want? Blah, blah, blah. So that type of vibe, you know, how you want this to sound. You need this on it, you need this on it. But, you know, after a while though, because there's kind of like a standard of doing some stuff, but at the end of the day, still, you want to be unique and creative with how you're doing your stuff, and then that's what really make you different from the rest. And then each artist as well too, because no artist is the same, you know. So artist A might sound better using a particular microphone or mixing their song a certain way, you know. So it's a whole, every song you approach it different in that regard.
So you keep on talking about your artist, like you're very proud of your artist. What drew you to manage this particular artist?
So me and this artist, you know, we have some real history. And then again, it's like, so before, man, I wear so many hats. So I teach for a brief moment, maybe about, So at the Belfield Primary School, because I did the National Youth Service in the early 2000s, and I was assigned to the Belfield Primary School. So this kid that I'm managing now, I used to teach him at grade 3. When he was in grade 3, I was his teacher for a couple of months, because I'm not a trained teacher, but I was like an intern, somewhat, an informal thing. And the teacher for them at the time, she was on maternity leave. And then, you know, with the system, shortage, everything, they just put me in the classroom and say, hey, this is your class, deal with it. And, you know, I got assistance from the other teachers, but long and short, that kid was in the class at the time. And, you know, I did my stint there, done, move on, life change, years pass. Then, you know, my music thing rolling out now, and I look back in the community, and he was working with some of my, some other guys we were closer in age, and they were doing their thing too. And, you know, like I said, they knew I was doing my thing, so we collaborate a lot. And then they said they have this artist named JBlaxx, and, you know, I hear this song, them and things, and then they said, no, that face the man. And then him was just a regular kid in the class. And like now, one of the biggest things I admire about him is his penmanship and the way how he use his words. Because, you know, a song, 16-bar song, 8 bar per verse, and then put a story in 8 lines, and you vividly understand the story and just drop in the scene. Like, that's very, you know, yeah, I respect that. And you know, that's very, not a lot of artists possess that talent or that penmanship, you know. So
that's a unique thing to look out for. Being as he's an upcoming artist, how do you help him to navigate the modern day music industry?
All right, so with my training, you know, and going to school for it and everything, what I try to do for him is transparency. And so even with him now, we sign a contract. So it's not a situation where he's gonna feel like, hey, I did him wrong. We have a contract with go over it, and I gave it to him so he could have his whole legal team go over it and make sure so him not going on nothing where not suit to benefit him. Which, and like I said, it's a business, so that's one of the things. So it's also a teaching and learning process as well. So now I teach him about the whole licensing of your music, registering and ownership of your intellectual property. So most of that stuff go in, and then the whole artist concept too, because at the end of the day, I mentioned his penmanship and his whole creativity and all that, but it's more than that now, especially now. You have to be, it's a whole full concept, like your whole image, the way you walk, the way you carry yourself, the way you allow yourself to be addressed, So that's the part that we're working with right now to kind of just get him to understand it's more than just the talent that you have. It's just the whole concept we're trying to develop and get him into a rounded artist, because we definitely have people out there in the industry that's doing it now that we admire and we love what they're doing, and that's where we're trying to reach with him, because that's why we don't really try to take on more than one people at a time. So it's just this one artist trying to get to a level, and then once we go through the gate, it's just maintenance straight through, because I think we have a great idea, what to do to maintain out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So executing those ideas, what are some of the strategies that you use to promote this artist's growth and career?
So, well, one of the main thing that we trying to utilize right now is just the stage show them. So the local shows them, because we're gonna start locally in our area and then we spread out. So trying to get his face known in his community, which they already know him, but he hasn't didn't get solidified, right? And then, like I said, even as a rounded person, as an artist, because they know that, hey, the DJ from around the road, community artist, but we want to step beyond that now and then branch out. So all we plan to do that now, or we've been doing so the shows, the local shows, if an artist coming into town, he's gonna be, we try to get him on there as an opening act. Just to go out there and give him experience as well, but also letting the people know that, hey, here's this man right now, he's on this stage. And then so we work on that. And also we're definitely making use of the social media platforms, that's a big one right now. So, and then also the quality of music that we're putting out now. So we try to make sure first, if we're going to put out a product out there, we make sure the product is properly put together, and then we promote that product, because one of the things, especially with my artist now, and this is not just to go back too far in the past, but he has over maybe 100 songs that is out. But yet still he's not known. So one of the things that we prioritize is marketing over just putting out songs. Because I believe in him and I believe in his work and my work. So if we do something, we're going to promote it until the wheel fall off. Because I believe in it. You understand? So, because I feel like if you do a song and the song not reach nowhere, and then you put out the next song, that means you give up on that song. That's just my interpretation of that. So what we're going to do, I believe in what he's doing. I believe in what I am doing. So we're going to push this song with all the marketing behind it until the wheel fall off.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're still going to do other music, but I don't believe in just putting out music on top of music when you have a song that I believe in. And, there's a lot of people who, because I do not just take criticism like a yes man type of vibe. No. If I play you a song, I want you to
be honest.
Be honest. Like, I'm going to ask, come on, tell me what you think could be done better, so that I want constructive criticism, something that we can work on, improve upon, or find out any shortcomings. So
grow without criticism.
Absolutely. So that's what we do though. But we try to get on the any local show, because get on there, practice for the artists, and also just to build his confidence and everything. And then also we do rehearsal here at the studio. Like I said, this is not a studio you just come and jump in the booth and no. Sometimes you come a day now, because what we're trying to do now is establish a particular day where we don't say, hey, this is rehearsal, where we set up the speakers outside artists have the mic, you hold the mic, we teach you how to hold the mic. You know, we teach you how to interact with the audience. And the last session, rehearsal session, we had around for about 5 hours, you know, and then there was so much we got from that, because artists, yeah man, the makeshift stage that we had, you know, you have to interact on the stage, you have to dice up your stage in a segment and work the stage. Stop, you know, young artists, you know, because they're young, so we're developing them. So they might be looking down at the ground or closing their eyes, you know, and you know, some song you might have to deliver it that way. But then come on, give me a catalog, or give me what you have, or we practice a set. You know, if we're doing a show, we're not just gonna go up there and just jump on and give me this, give me that. No, we rehearse, so we go out there now. As a young artist now, the audience feel like, yo, I didn't know that guy, but he delivered himself or carried himself well, so that at least you leave something in their mind that they want to go research you, or if they see you on a poster or something, they might say, okay, yeah, I took him in before, I'll pay my money to go and see him, you know?
Yeah, man, definitely.
So it's a whole development thing that we're working on as well, you know?
And what is the most rewarding part of managing this artist so far?
The most rewarding part, you know, the most rewarding part is actually people coming up to me and saying they love what I'm doing for him because they see the change. You know, even though with me, because my standard is kind of different. I know there is change, but it's really minor, because what I'm doing, we haven't even scratched the surface of where I know this guy can go, this artist, JBlaxx, can go. But yeah, that's definitely rewarding when you see people like really come out and say, yo, respect for what you're doing. I know that, like, you know, everybody's saying, yo, the artist is bad, but he's never really got somebody who took him up and put him in a situation like I'm putting him in, because his whole image has changed, you know. And we're taking it from a different level, man. So
yeah, man, that's good. We know dancehall always have trends. Not just dancehall, the music industry. People love to follow trends. Right now we have the trend of scamming and chopping music and all of them things. So what trends do you, as both a producer and a music engineer, studio engineer, see taking over the future of the music industry?
All right, trend-wise, and I love how you put it, trend. So it's a trend, you know, and then it stands to change, because you know. But I'm not really necessarily a fan of the trend that's going on now with the what you call it now, the trapper music. I mean, it's cool. How I look at it though, I mean, I knock the youth them, because if you can create something in your mind and a next person see it and gravitate to it and love it, because guess what, them artists, they get booked, you know. So me respect it. I'm not necessarily a fan of it, because you know, it don't necessarily float my boat. Like, you know, that's just me. I'm an older person, so. But definitely, you know, respect the youth them way I do it, because that's their creativity, and look, there's an audience for it. I'm just not a part of that audience, but definitely there's an audience for it who go out there and pay the money to listen to it or go to a party where the artists are perform. But trend-wise, what I see is the dancing music coming back, where music for the females to dance to, you know, because that's even as a DJ, that was my forte. I specialize in playing music for. Look, I would have never play a Batman song, you know. Like, to me, it's pointless. It's pointless. It's just pointless. I'm not sitting on bus blank, but okay, cool. No, me want to see the woman party. That's why it's called a party. You come out to party. I don't see party on a bus blank, but. No. So with the girls song them coming in, returning, that's a good thing, you know, because I thought the fiesta rhythm. Yeah, I mean, they have a couple dancing vibe, but it's really a party type of vibe, and that's my thing. I like that. I admire that. So the trapper, it played out, and I think it did its time. It got a good run too, you know. Got a good run, make a couple millionaires, bust a couple artists. And then, you know, I just feel like the artists now to diversify their portfolio. Like, for example, when Skilly Bang came out, he came out with when I use my chopper for Bricks from Bricks, right?
Bricks from Bricks, yeah.
And that bust him, so that song gave him the mic in his hand, and him come out and him sing other things now, even though, you know, him diversifying portfolio. So Skilly Bang right now out of the new breed artists them. Him one of them where I raise the flag and I run with it on a level. You know? But one artist I'm gonna mention, like I said, I admire a team, their team, the Union 450. Him not necessarily branch off in another segment there. See? But him name now go really mention in a most of the topics them like, okay, who are on the place? And you might name out 5 people who are on the place. And then you're gonna say, okay, yeah man, 450 at number 6. But after you say 450 at number 6, you start thinking and say, no man, you know, say 450 at number 1.
Yeah, true.
Because in all honesty, I feel like based on what's going on now, the current climate that we're in with the artists and we're out now, 450 is the only complete artist, you know. The only complete artist. And when I say that, I mean, I talk about image-wise, this whole management team, the way he carry himself, the way everything is like, that man is going places. So him never, one term I normally use, or I like for use, is that 450 never take the elevator. Him take the stairs. So him grew up on you. Him grew. Him never bust out and get this big song and then him can't maintain the follow-up. The man grew. Him take the stairs and grow. And I'm proud of the whole achievement of him whole team, him artistry, or him carry himself, or him deliver. Like he did a concert, his own concert, the other day in Kingston, and was sold out. And the whole delivery, I think he did an enactment of one of his music video live on stage, which
creative.
I believe it was a first. So, you know, the work that those guys put in, I definitely admire it. And, you know, definitely some things over there that, like I tell you, I'm a copycat, man. I will, if you do something good, I will copy it. And look, I'm proud to say that. Absolutely. Look, nothing is new under the sun, you know. So we all copy. And look, they're doing something good that I admire. And that's definitely what I'm looking at for my artist here. Get him there, just get him to have the whole artist concept about him, whole total mind, body, spirit. You're an artist, you're the star, going to the front. We are like directors in the background who facilitate and make sure the audience get a good picture, get a good movie, get good music, and you just go there and execute in all transparency.
So, being as technology is evolving, how do you see the roles of studio engineers and managers over the next few years? Because you're supposed to see some little things I implement now with AI and them little things there.
Right, all right. So, me's a fan. I'm a fan of technology, right? You know, as I said earlier, you're not getting a backlash or no resistance from the machines, you know. Believe it or not, the machine, you get what you put in. However, there's an element of human being where you cannot replace. You just can't replace it. You know, because at the end of the day, if we have AI work for the people, you're working for humans. So yes, you can emulate human behavior or try to mimic as best as possible or try to predict certain things. But at the end of the day, I come in here happy today, right? And feel like, hey, boom, boom, boom. But then my mind change and my mood down. The AI, it don't work like that. You know, the algorithm just designed certain way. And, you know, I don't think, well, maybe we'll get there someday, but definitely, I'm not worried about that. So just the human element, I don't think there's ever going to be a replacement for that. So with managerial level, it can assist. It can be a good assistant, you know. Definitely make a better manager and assistant. Same thing with the engineering aspect of it, because they have it now where you're using AI to master and everything. But at the end of the day, and then you go back to even my favorite thing to copy, where if AI, it's really just collecting information based on music that was done before and mixing or mastering the music based on what was out there before. So it might give you a good concept, but at the end of the day, again, human element. We're not just, that's why we have the music that switches, trends that switches. Human being will change up. With AI, you don't necessarily change up. You put in some information and you get out the result that whatever you plug in, you get results regarding relating to what you plug into the system. So
basically, you see it as something that is there, like a sidekick to assist you and make
yes. So it definitely can assist, you know, or make you like do 50% of the work for you. But we need a human element now to polish off and do the final product. Yeah.
All right, so can you share an unexpected story from your time since you have been in the industry?
Unexpected.
Yeah, somewhere you never really expect from.
Hey man, look, because of my background and everything, I'm not necessarily, I just always expect the worst.
Okay.
Not that I'm not an optimistic person, but you always expect the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Because you want to also have plans in place to mitigate that. You know, so you have plan A, plan B, all the way down to plan like up to 5 different layers. Just so, because when you start or something, especially in my world, plan, execute, accomplish the mission. So there's no room for failure for me. So that's why we have different levels of plan just to make sure so we come out on top.
This is how the mindset thing are coming from.
Right, exactly. So that's the type of vibe. So surprises out there. Yes, there are things that happen that I didn't expect, but it didn't really throw me off.
Yeah.
And it's go back again to the human element where it's, let's say, a meeting. We're supposed to have a meeting, everything exciting, a meeting set up, and then you show up and then nobody show up, and you're like, wow. But then you're just like, yeah, okay, cool. We'd already have plan B just in case you never show up, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's surprising. And then the informality of the Jamaican music structure, the industry here. There's not really an industry here, as a matter of fact. It's even what I'm doing here per se. Let's say I have an artist, studio time, making sure artists show up here, budgets, this and that, wardrobe, all of that. That's normally what, in other markets, that's normally what a label would do. So a label would facilitate all of that. Like they give the artist a deposit then up front, and hey, we need 2 albums out of you. Here's some X amount of money. So that artist now can take it and build up himself, and then the label recoup whatever they put in, and then the artist, after him free up now, at least he would have made himself into somebody or what is left of him after him deliver whatever to the label. Now he can go out there and make his own money or however. So the informality now, where we don't even have that. So even if as a young artist come down, let's say the artist say, okay, cool, I want to enter the music business and go up on the next level. I'm going to go to the bank and take out a loan, because labels are really just a bank, or somebody lending you some money and say, hey, I want back my money with profit or interest over the time. So we don't have that. And because it's so informal, even the bank would have said, okay, you're an artist, we're not lending you no money. Show me where, you know what I mean? So that is a big thing. So so that's why even with my artist now, I sign him, even though it's a situation where it's, yes, me know you, I could have do a handshake and me a friend. No, pen to paper. Because, I try to pass that on. So even if, let's say, I don't get nothing out of this personally or profit-wise or whatever, that's fine. I love this and I understand the impact that Jamaica and Jamaican music have on the world. If we ever get to formalize this and set it up like a real industry should, we can definitely have, a good thing going. Because if you look at the other genres, let's say even reggaeton, just the other day one of my colleagues was calling it dembow. Hey, you hear the new dembow song? I'm like, dembow, what are you talking about? And then he played something. I'm like, no, this is it's reggaeton still, but some people just getting introduced to it. But point I'm trying to make is their industry is formalized. So now you have reggaeton artists who's making a killing. They have big labels who's willing to, working with them and all of that stuff. So I just thought Jamaican music, we haven't really seen what we can be. It's still a new music in a sense, but we haven't really seen it peaked out. We have Shaggy, Sean Paul definitely made good for themselves out of it, which is good. I admire them as well. But apart from them, like, who else has really done it on a level where, because it's possible, them two guys do it, and then other people came close as well. But, it's just that there's not really a structure or, let's say, a blueprint. Then we say, okay, cool, this is what they did and it worked. this is what we're gonna do and get there. It's still just searching.
Development.
Yeah, and it's in development for a long time.
Yeah.
You know?
What is the most challenging project you've worked on, and how did you overcome all of those obstacles?
Before managing JBlaxx, we had I'm not gonna cause this artist is still out there now. And hey, everything gonna come back down to the human element, you know, when you have a lot of people with different mindsets. Everybody's right, you know. Yeah. Everybody's right, because I don't think if we're working on something for the good and a guy come and say, hey, I want to do this way, or this sounds good to me. I'm pretty sure he's not sabotaging himself or sabotaging the team. He just felt like he's right, or what he's doing is right, you know. So I've worked on projects where that coming, but then there were so many heads in the room and you know, never come to an agreement. So one of the things I learned to do is follow the number, follow the metrics, you know, do the research, do the background, do the analysis, and then you see, okay, cool, this is what's going on, this is what's gonna take to get there. Because one of the mistakes to a lot of young people, young artists do too, you know, is overspend what they don't have. So they they're shooting a music video, and let's say they just don't have no, you're a young artist, you probably have a 9 to 5 and just, you know what I mean, try to facilitate this. But then you want this video way out of this world. But yet still the song now generate nothing, you know. And then as well, I mean, yes, you can believe in the song, but still you have to still be careful.
Watch the numbers.
Right, because, you know, like for example, you make this song, okay, I believe in this song fully, and I'm going to make $1 million music video. I mean, I believe in it, but I wouldn't do that. I have to, you know, you spend the money properly. So in the room now, you might have, let's say 5 people are part of the team now, and everybody, this man wants $1 million budget, but let's say I now might say, oh, let's do a $250,000 video and use the money towards marketing and some other things to help the song. But all a man want just, you want the video to look some, I want a Ferrari, I want to stand up on a Ferrari, and then, yes, but okay, you do that, then what's gonna pay to market the song, you know? So I've been in situations like that where it just never work out, and you know, you just fall back, you know, but I don't have no regrets in that regard. I just take it as lessons and just tools to put in my pocket where going forward now I know, hey, this can help me with the other project going forward.
So to overcome those obstacles, you take it as a learning
Absolutely.
experience.
Yeah, man, I never take no loss, you know, no loss. And my L is a lesson. So that's how I look at it. I don't take losses.
So you mentioned JBlaxx and how you felt very proud when you see people complimenting him on his growth.
Right.
Now I'm going to ask you about yourself. What is your proudest moment so far in your career?
I think the proudest moment, though, let me plug this in definitely, was after graduating from Full Sail. And, you know, I took it, I mean, I was going to school, went through the motions, but then never understood how big of an impact or the legacy that Full Sail has. Right. Going to Full Sail will get you through certain doors. Just you know. But, you know, I took it for what it is, so that was good. And then, you know, for my daughter to show up at graduation, and then, because she's been, you know, she know that when I'm in the studio, leave me alone, you know?
Yeah.
And then she know how I take this serious. And she came to graduation, and she was excited about, because, you know, Full Sail is a tech school. It's known for that. That's their forte. So, you know, she came there and said, hey, Father, I know what I want to do. I want to go to Full Sail to be a game designer. You know, and I give her the thumbs up, hey, that's my girl, go ahead, go be the best you can, you know. So that was a proud moment. And then to actually come here now to be manifesting this dream into reality, not only to say, hey, I want to open a studio, I want to have an artist, I want to be an engineer. It's manifesting now, and people actually taking it serious and say, hey, look, this is not a joke, you know. So that's definitely something that I am proud of, you know, the whole achievement and accomplishment.
All right. So being a studio engineer now, what equipment and software do you prefer to use and why?
All right, you know, Pro Tools, man. Pro Tools for the pros.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pro Tools is my
Go-to.
yeah, it's my software of choice, and as it is the industry standard it is the industry standard, and I kind of like, if this is the industry standard, I need to learn this better than the rest of them. However, most of these as we call them for short, digital audio workstations, they are pretty much, they do the same thing. So go back to what I said earlier. Long as you understand what you're out to accomplish, you can use any DAW and do the same thing. Because a lot of people, they use different software like Logic Pro. It can do what Pro Tool do. It's just you have to find out how it does it, And then, as the industry standard, I wasn't interested in wasting time to learn a software that wasn't the standard.
Okay.
So, I'm a Pro Tools ninja. I boom, 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 shortcuts everything and just understand it for what it does. But yeah, I can use any DAW, but Pro Tools is my definitely go-to. And then for plugins, Universal Audio. Universal Audio, they're the best. Plugins are emulation of hardware for the most part, and then you have plugins that does things that hardware couldn't do. But Universal Audio, they emulate. They're the best emulators, just on the market. So I am a big fan of them. They're a bit expensive, but it's worth it in the long run. And then it kind of gives you that standout portion. Like I was doing some work in a studio. That's in the early days, and the guy Barry, he was the engineer at the time, and he had a nice studio, top of the line equipment and stuff. And I asked him what made because with a lot of bedroom engineer, a guy can record in his room and blah blah blah. But he's like, he touched the Universal Audio box. It's a satellite with some processors in there. He said, hey, this is why they keep coming to my studio. Because they're not willing to spend the money to buy what's inside of this box, and but yeah, so I definitely Pro Tools and Universal Audio software. I use other plugins like Waves. Waves is kind of like a standard universal. I guess because they're cheap, and you pull up a session, there's definitely gonna be Waves plugins on there. So yeah, I do some Waves products too, but definitely Pro Tools on it.
All right, so if you could work with any artist that are alive, which artist would you choose and why?
You see, Bob Marley now, he appeared to have had a work ethic that was, because I mean the body of work that he did, and the quality of work definitely would just not even for work, just being a session. Also, Lee Scratch Perry. That man was like a mad scientist, and just any one of the greats them too. I would just love to be in a session, not necessarily have to be an artist or just the inner them session with them man, with the pioneers, just to see that these people didn't have no necessarily formal training. They were just listening and doing everything how they felt like doing it, and then to become trendsetters, to become genre, create a whole genre, that's just remarkable. So to be in a session with any of those people would definitely be an honor for me.
And just imagine those people with the type of equipment and technology that we have nowadays.
Right, and then, so that's kind of like, because, most of those people before us, because technology, yes, it made an easier way for people to get in a cheaper way. Because, back in the day, a studio, let's say for this magnitude, it would probably cost, break the bank.
Yeah.
But nowadays, yeah, you can set up like a bedroom engineer, bedroom producers, whatever. Back in the day, if you wanted to do that, you have to get tons of physical hardware equipment and that stuff. So the pioneers before us, they mastered their stuff and we probably can still do what they do with our stuff. But the work that they put in, they have to lift up a heavy compressor, move stuff around, patching cables. We just insert a plug-in and remove a plug-in.
Less equipment.
Right, exactly. Right. You can do everything. We refer to the term as in the box, but you just imagine a King Jam is he wanted to hear our different compressor sound. You have to physically get up, go around, pull the patch cable, and you know all that manipulation. We just have this plugin. Just okay, swap it out. And then we have it. So it's a gift and a curse. Because then again, back in the day when you have the hardware, you just have that one compressor. So you master it. You know what to do with it. You know it. Hey, that's the only one I have, so this is what I'm gonna use. But now when you have plugins, you have like 50 different compressors. You're gonna be there in the box every day. You're trying. So that's why I mentioned earlier where what works for you and you craft your sound, you just lock in, man. Just lock in and keep it just like that.
So I've been listening and I see that you have a lot of talents, Army man, back in the days, But I feel like you have some hidden talents outside of the music. You have any hidden talents outside of the music?
Hidden talents? No, so I do not play an instrument. I do not sing, DJ or nothing. I don't even write, but as a Jamaican, coming up, everybody say them a DJ. I used to rap, mess around with it, but it's trash, man. I hope nobody ever come across. I hope nobody ever come across none of that. But I think, because one thing let me mention this, because a lot of people, we think when we mention talent, even I'm guilty of it too, we think it's something, oh, I can play football, I can do this. Somebody's talent can be, hey, they can do maths well,
True.
So one of the things I realize, even people who don't know me, like I have guys who come up to me and say, hey, I want you to manage me. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I've never managed nobody yet. But it happened more often than not. They just feel like I have something that I can get into a room and negotiate, or I can make something happen. I don't know. So maybe that's one of my talent.
It would seem that is it, especially if more than one person.
No, absolutely, man. People always trying to push me to be the driver up front. And the funny thing, I necessarily do not want to be the team leader, I will lead the team, but I want to facilitate where, let's come on, man, I'll teach you how to do this, because if I'm gone, the team shouldn't crash, So that's me always trying to share the relationship and make everybody grow together. But I guess you always fall back though, where I just have to get up and get it going and be the driver,
Probably have strong leadership qualities, so.
Well, yeah, I guess so, because, my granddaddy definitely, and it's just survival, you always try to get up, go out there and just survive. Survive. Like, if it's you alone, I'm going to survive. And if it's me and a team, okay, I'll pass on what I know and I'll teach you how to survive, but so it's just me. I'm a survivor. I'm not going to be a part of a team. And even if I'm not the leader, I'm in the background or I'm still going to want to know how the leadership works or the person up front works, just in case I fall into that situation where I need to be the driver today. We don't crash, All right, yeah. So it's just survival at the end of the day.
All right, so what's a dream project that you and your team plan on working on in the future or hope to work on in the future?
So, like I said, with JBlaxx, the sky is the limit, So, and right now, everything is just in the molding phase. So, everything right now going forward would be a dream, because the sky is the limit. So, we move from point A to point B. It's a dream to get to point B, because that's what we envision. So, just growing and just working steady and getting towards a goal. So, yeah. So, we definitely have goals. Like we said, just wanting to be a household name, somebody who take the steers, go through the motions, go through the ups and downs, the highs and the lows. So that means when you get to the top, you understand, hey, it wasn't easy getting here. So we have to respect it. You're just not going to give it away like that. You're going to hold on to it and know that, hey, this is just like any other job. It's going to take hard work, dedication, a lot of time, a lot of investment. But if that's what you want, you just got to look at it that way. So yeah, the dream is just moving from point A to point B, because that's what we start. We started at 0, So to get to 100 is a dream, and we're gonna get there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what's the best piece of advice you've received throughout your career?
Throughout my career, I would say, best piece of advice. I remember it, and I'm gonna tell you. And this is way early on too. And it's not necessarily throughout career, just throughout life. And I took it and I applied it. And it's like I used to work at the parish council. There I go again. And you know, I used to be a person where like you pity yourself or feel sorry for yourself. And I remember the disaster coordinator. I don't remember what was the arrangement, but I was in her office and I was there, just I was young too, just left high school and all that. So still no excuse, but I was there like pitying myself. And the lady looked at me hard with a cold face. And she pretty much said, no, life is what you make it. Right? So what really touched me the most out of that though, and why I brought that with me to this day as a just as a life advice, was I was there pitying myself. Here's this lady. She didn't feel sorry for me or anything. And she looked at me and said, exactly, life is what you make it. And she was right. So if my life at the moment, I was trying to look pity, that's what you want. So you're going to get pity, but not from me. I'm telling you, life is what you make it. So I kind of use that. So instead of finding excuse like this, life is what you make it. So you want to make something good, you work hard to get something good. Or you want to sit and complain, you sit and complain and you get what that comes with it, what comes with that, So life is what you make it. So that's one of the, advice. I mean, there's others, I just can't come to grips with them right now, but that's definitely one that I just use.
Be one of the best.
Absolutely, yes, definitely.
All right, and now that you are in that position, what is advice that you would give to someone that's aspiring to enter the music industry?
All right, look, it's not easy, and don't feel like you're gonna be into the music industry to come in as, okay, you don't want to work hard, you don't want to go work in construction or be a policeman or a soldier because you feel like that's hard. No, this is hard. This is probably even harder. This is probably even harder. Me coming into this, because like I said, I had aspirations for doing this long time, but then I was playing safe. So I had a career outside of this. I pretty much, and I tell a lot of people, I hustle from, some people hustle from the ground up. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible. But I accomplish a few things before I dive into the music. Because the music can be a selfish thing where you put years and years of investment and time into it and it's still 10 years later, nothing. So I wasn't willing to take that risk. So I went out, got a career, and then got a few things settled, and then I can come back now and I have 10 years to put in. I might be a bit older, but that's why I chose even engineering, because you can't be a DJ at age 60, but you probably can be an engineer, because with engineer, you get better with time, You can be older and wiser as an engineer, more experience. But as a DJ, you probably don't have the joints start feel, your health. You just get night time, you get up, Ghana, so that aspect, I realize I have to morph or transition into something more sustainable. But at the end of the day, I still got a traditional career where I could put certain things in place. So that means if I come here now, I invest 10 years into the music and it don't work out, I feel like, oh wow, 10 years is gone and I'm still at square one. No, if 10 years come out of this music and gone, I'm still fairly balanced off, So that's one of the things. So if young people, if you think you want to come in the music to hide out because it's easy, it's not easy. It's work just like any other field. Definitely a lot of work. And, as I said earlier in the interview, there's not necessarily a blueprint out here. Hence why the music is kind of where it is, where it's still informal. No, the industry is not really developed because there's no blueprint, there's no roadmap. You want to be a teacher, go to teachers college and you will be a teacher. Getting out and getting breakout here is hit or miss. It's just me out here now after, like I said, I had a career in the military and I learned a lot. It's wide, broad. So I kind of know to apply that over here now and see if I can get out there. And I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna market, man. Push, 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 push. And that take a lot of resources. So young people coming out here with just by themselves, don't if you're not serious about it, man, like just know that it's rough out here. And this is not to discourage, I'm just being honest. It's definitely hard work out here.
Honesty is the best policy,
Absolutely.
definitely. And talking about the future, how do you see your career evolving in the next 5 to 10 years?
All right, 5 to 10 years. So I kind of structure everything in phases and break it down. So in 6 months with JBlaxx, we should get, we don't have to looking for that big break. Like I said, we're taking the steers. So both the improvement, the constant growth. So that's a 6-month goal. So it's just JBlaxx, focus on him. And also bringing in, that's not necessarily a primary part of it too, bringing in people, clients into the studio. But JBlaxx is definitely priority right now. So 6 months we want to see, and we've seen definitely marginal improvements over the couple of months we've been working. So we just want to see it gradually growing and make sense over 6 months, right? And that's what we're working towards. And then once we get to that point now, in 2 years, we should be doing shows outside of our locality. And I mean, people watching this might be saying, yo, 2 years is a long time based on if I'm planning to do all of this. But I have to be realistic, I have to be realistic. Remember, again, we're dealing with the human element. We're talking about the audience is human. And if they, I might like something or believe in something, but they might not like, what I'm saying? But we still go, I believe in it, so we still go market it, but we're still giving ourselves time. We're not going to put no false interpretation and feel like, hey, within 6 months, you're going to be the biggest thing. No. Grow gradually. So 2 years that. And then 5 years, definitely, man, studio established. And then Extreme Media Group. Now the other branches of the media group now would have been also started off and established. One of them, cause like even the DJ set of things. So even though I'm not actively DJing, and I still know how to DJ. I can teach other people. So that's one of the things, because I'm not here to just be the front of everything. Like Extreme Media Group, so we have the DJ section, young people come in and who can't afford equipment or never because I remember when I wanted to be a DJ, I never touched a turntable until I went to overseas. Everything was just virtual DJ. So we're open for that, to work with people who's interested. You come through, and if we see the talent, we nurture it and bring it up, So we have that section. We have the sound system section where, we have a sound system. We do, and we're working with the times. It's not going to be this big thing where we have a truck and all that. I understand that's the culture, but, other people is doing that part. We have the small PA, so we do small parties and all that, and we grow from there. And then the podcast, Dancehall Radar, that, once we get everything settled in, so it's definitely other entertainment, because we're focusing on where the technology of the world is going on, media, different products coming out of Extreme Media Group,
So like your plan to take over the whole place in the next 10 years, man.
It's not necessarily a takeover, It's more like this is where the world is going, content. Just creating content. So, we never box ourselves in and say Extreme Records or KoolBreeze Records. We're just media. So long as it's content, and like I said, I don't want to be the guy who's out there doing everything. I don't want to do everything. I want to have a facility and where we can facilitate other people coming in and exercising their talents and bringing their dreams to reality, media-wise. So that's 5-10 years. That's everything should be established. And
yeah, man, it sounds good, and we definitely hope that you go ahead and achieve that.
Absolutely, man. Respect, man. Respect.
So do you have any upcoming projects that you're excited about?
All right. We have, so JBlaxx have a huge catalog,
Okay.
I have a huge catalog. But I'm excited about those music from that catalog reaching an audience. But you know, like I said, what we're doing now is structured. It's getting first. We have to get the audience, so we're not gonna put out music on deaf ears.
Yeah.
But yeah, you definitely have a catalog. So we're just sitting on it. We just want to get him that microphone in his hand, and then we deliver. But yeah, man. So I'm excited about those, man. And if you, like I said, it's just, you know, it's just the way it was at the time. But if you follow his YouTube, JBlaxx, if you search for him on JBlaxx on YouTube, he definitely has songs on there. You listen to them, you're like, wow, where's this kid? They might not be of the best quality, which we had spoke about taking those down. But then I was against it, and the reason being, yes, we're doing things on a different level, better quality and all that, but I still want the growth, your history to be there, because I'm talking about music that's been there for up to 4 years, right? I want it to be there that when you get that breakthrough and get the mic in your hand and people go back, they can realize like, hey, you wasn't planted here, or you didn't buy yourself into this, you worked. So that is showing you where you started and the growth. So I hopped it from, but they are good music. I'm pretty sure if they are re-recorded, they can be, you know, but I let them stay right where they're at though, because music is a funny thing too, you know. Like I said, there's really no rules, and you can have a song that's been dormant, and then XYZ time, 10 years later, this song just, you understand? Like, for example, one of them, and that's why, you know, I have this nice studio with all of this gear and everything, you know, invested in it. But the kid, that's, I don't wanna act too high and mighty, because tomorrow I may fall down. Right. So that kid, that song was done from around 2014, sometime there, maybe 6 or 8 years ago. Cool. The song blew up all over the world with an amateur recording of the kid. He didn't have no image or nothing. But at the end of the day, it's just a universal topic, the universal argument, the universal language that was in that music. So, but that was there dormant. And remember now, you would have the original singer for the song, Jermaine Edwards, would have done his version, polished it off in the studio, probably did a music video, and it didn't go anywhere. But it was this song, amateur recording. This kid did it, and it went there. And in my opinion, so once the kid it blew up, they redid it. But for me, the best version of it was the raw version. And it sometimes it asks, because definitely you need the studio to do some stuff. Because me and one of my colleagues, we were having this conversation, like, what are we doing in the studio if this went out there as raw as it is? And it sounded good, but we know that the person who was recording probably didn't have a clue about, hey, levels or a compressor, or the voice being high or low in certain places. They just recorded, put it out. It was out there forever, how long, and then it just took on a life of its own. But yeah, so that's music, you know. I just had to bring that up. That's music. So I'm not here to judge or say what sounds good, but I mean, he was a younger artist 4 years ago. He's recording probably not on point that it is now. However, you know, that music is out there, so anybody, it's out there. It shows growth, and I respect that. Like I said, the elevator is not the one that we're gonna run into the elevator and jump to the top and skip certain stages. No, we're gonna go through the stages.
True. Yeah. Good advice. How do you want to be remembered in the music industry?
You know, all right. Lee Scratch Perry, I mentioned him earlier, and he's a scientist, man, a person who did it on a level where you might listen to his music and like, what the hell is this? But he had a following. He had people who liked his stuff, and I mean, he did early work with Bob Marley and a lot of them. So I something like that. I just want to go out there, do the work, and let the work speak for itself in that way, like Lee Scratch Perry, because I don't know the man personally, but I know that he did work And I know that. And he was just a dynamic figure. He just did what he did. He was a superstar, you know, Lee Scratch Perry.
Yeah, man, legend.
Yeah, on that type of level. So yeah, I just do the work. And like I said, I started doing the work and you know, and I'm ready to I share. I want to share. I want to share. I want to share. Long as a person who's willing to learn and has a passion, I want to share that because I don't, you know, a lot of people, they have this legacy and let's say they die with it. You know, you die with it. No, I want to hand it off. And I don't want to hand it off when I'm old and I'm dying. I want to hand it off from early. So you have the passion and you can come and say, hey, you know what? I learned this at Bartlett Street Studio. Or, you know, I learned this from, you know that's a legacy you pass on. So I pass on something to you and then you share it to somebody else. That's still coming
Legacy
from
lives on.
legacy lives on versus you be that person who just shock up and keep everything to yourself. And when you die, it's like you never existed.
That's one of the best gifts you can give to someone.
You just pass it on. And I'm willing to do that, man. Because, you know, like, it's just my love for the whole thing, you know, and I want to share. Hey, you interested in this? Come here, let me teach you this. Come here, let's do this, you know. But we'll see how that goes.
All right. A lot of people might be wondering, listening, like, for you to teach them some of these things, would it come at a cost? What would be the procedure for you teaching?
All right. So, no. And because, like I said, you know, I'm still putting myself in a lot of young people's shoes. Because I never had the opportunity to be around the things when I was at the prime of my life, when the brain was sharper too, you know. So no, it's not a money thing for me. It's what I want to do. What you have to have is a passion. You have to want it as well, because
passion would be the currency.
Yes, passion. Give me your passion. And you're welcome here. Give me your passion. You have to want it because like, time is very important for me. You're not gonna waste my time.
Yeah.
But give me your passion. Show me that you want this. You have this appreciation, and you want it. We'll be best friends. You know, because believe it or not, that's what. Like I said, I'm a copycat. So you know, we learn from each other. I'm older than you. A younger person might have a new way. Like for example, social media. I'm not too versed on it. You know, and I'm not trying to reverse or rewind myself to go back and pick up on that. No, it passed me. It's not my era. You know, I tell young people in their late teens, hey, this is your world, you know, like we are looking to wrap up. Like you guys are the next prime minister, the next leaders, the next business owners. So where do you want to be on the spectrum? You know, it's a choice that you make now going to determine where you fall on that spectrum. So if this is, you know, you have a passion for this, man, you're definitely welcome, man. But like I said, passion is what I want. And you come here and you grow from there.
Sounds fierce, sounds like a very good exchange.
Absolutely, man.
Do you have any final thoughts or messages you would like to share with our listeners?
Message, important, man. Look, you have to be professional, you know, and everything takes hard work. Everything takes hard work. There's no shortcuts. None. Even buying the lottery. I mean, you might luck out and win, but if you don't know how to manage that money, you're gonna go right back where you come from. And managing the money is hard work as well. But yeah, so that's just be professional, respect time. And just, show up, show out, work hard, and everything will fall into place. That's it.
All right, so finally, where the people them can find you on the socials?
All right, so like me saying, the social still, all ahead, not really get into it. I mean, depend on it, but like I said, active, but you definitely can find me, DJ KoolBreeze, that's on Instagram, DJ KoolBreeze at TikTok. And like I said, with everything we can practice and get there, so that's one of the things where we're going to practice to and get this social media thing incorporated with what we are doing. Because, we know, say, that's the world there. So we have to definitely, we can't avoid it, So, but definitely, man, DJ KoolBreeze on Instagram, with it on TikTok and YouTube. YouTube too. I have a channel over YouTube where I do tutorials, DJ tutorials. I've been on YouTube for a minute. Like I think YouTube came out 2005, and my page is from 2007.
2 years now.
2 years
From
after. Like,
inception,
because when I was in my time, I was very abreast to technology. So YouTube back in the day was what these kids were to Instagram. Or TikTok came out and they jump on TikTok and they have the TikTok. That was me then. YouTube came out. Oh, what's this new thing? I'm signed up for YouTube. So that was me in 2007. So my page was created 2007. So
still up and running.
Still up and there. That's where I do my
tutorials.
My tutorials, and this is probably the first time I'm plugging or promote. It's not necessarily promoting. If you're interested in anything DJing, you just go there. I'll just probably pop up on it random because I've people check out stuff on there, leave comments too, and it's just my passion. I feel like I learned something. I want to share it. So go back to the whole thing again. I find a new secret or a new way of doing something. I just share it, or I'm on the internet and somebody asking how to do this. I just go create a video and throw it out there. And
people, thank you for passing through on the first episode of Dancehall Radar. Look out for more and big up on yourself. Hit the subscribe button because we have a lot of bangers coming in the future. So